Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about, will 2023 be challenging for preppers? Right? So, I guess the short answer is yes. It will still be challenging. Unless you're a complete psychopath and a lone wolf and you care about nothing, it's still going to be challenging for us. Doesn't matter, guys, how much preps you have, how many rounds you have, how many guns you have, how much money you have stored away in the bank. I think next year is still going to be challenging for us, at the very least, psychologically and emotionally, at the very least. As far as prep-wise, I think a lot of us should be where we need to be, and I think most of us are getting to where we need to be. But getting ready, guys, for the challenges of losing your job. It doesn't matter, like how much money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter how much food you have stored away. Losing your job still sucks, right? I mean, like I have a good pension, and losing my job sucked, and especially for the reason why I lost my job really sucked. But for those of you guys who could be losing your job next year because of job layoffs, like I mentioned in the mass layoff video, interestingly enough, guys, it's going to affect you. So you have to be psychologically ready for that. Now, I know I've spoken about being psychologically ready for the apocalypse and civil war and all this other crazy shit. That's like, aggressive shit. Losing your job, guys, sucks. And the crazy thing is, again, doesn't matter how much money you have. It's the fact that you're being let go from something you possibly like or something that keeps you busy. It's an ego thing, too. Doesn't matter who you are, man or woman. You lose your job, it's an ego thing. You're like, shit, man. And again, some people can fall back on whatever they have and not give a shit. But even the richest guys in the world, guys, who get let go from their jobs, who get kicked out of their CEO positions, they could live lovely without ever working another job. But it still hits them as they lost their job. They're still pissed off. They're still angry. The angry and the pissed off guys, you're going to have to get over really quick if you do lose your job, because you're going to have to focus on what to do next. Now, everybody should be having a game plan as to what to do next. Don't lose your job and then go, what the fuck am I going to do? That happened to me. I lost my job and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do next? I had 5 more years and my timeline was now moved all the way up to this year. And the 3 things that I had as backup, none of it panned out. Right? So you're going to have plan A to Z, guys. Plan it all out. I have a couple more backup plans that I'm going to entertain in the next couple of weeks or so. But nonetheless, guys, you still need a plan. Everyone still needs a plan. Again, all the food, all the money that you saved away doesn't mean anything. You need a backup plan. You need to figure out what you're going to do next. Do not sit at home and wallow in your pity like I did for the last, I don't know how many months, right? Do yourself a favor and get up off your ass, or not get up off your ass, come up with a plan. Now, guys, losing your job sucks. Your spouse, your husband or your wife losing their job, that sucks too. Both of you losing your job is cataclysmic, right? Again, unless you're set up, unless you have a backup plan, financial backup plan, you have money tucked away in the bank, you got food fucking, down in the basement, stacked ceiling high. You have all of that, it's not too bad, but still it initially sucks. Both of you losing, and if both of you don't have a nest egg, if both of you don't have any kind of backup plan, then it's cataclysmic, then it's bad, and you're gonna have to figure it out. So I implore you guys to start thinking about your backup plan now, guys. There is no such thing as a job that will not be touched. Some people have this ideology that they're like, "This, my job's safe. They're not gonna fire me." Don't do that shit. I said that before in a couple of videos. Do not do that. Everybody is fucking expendable. Everyone. That being said, guys, you have to come up with a backup plan. Stop this video if you have to and fucking think of a plan. Then come back to it. But do something other than thinking it's not going to happen to you, because that's a bad way to go through life with jobs that are finicky the way they are right now. Now, guys, with job loss can come, not saying it will, can come the loss of your home. That will complicate everything. You'll have to come up with a backup plan if you lose your home, guys. So just think about it, right? I mean, just have something in play in case you lose your home as well. Do you have a backup plan? Do you have somewhere to go to? Do you have a relative that will take you in? Is your relative worth actually living with? Can you afford one of those mobile homes and then just moving in there? Come up with a plan. Things right now, and I say come up with a plan, guys, because, for example, in the UK right now, I thought I was reading shit when I read this yesterday. I had to look up multiple sources to make sure this wasn't some kind of joke or bad information. But people in the UK right now, because of the whole no fuel thing, and some people actually losing their jobs, they're eating dog food, or pet food rather. They said pet food, they didn't say dog food. So people are eating pet food, and because of the fuel shortage, they're heating up their meals via candle. Why are they heating up their meals via candle? Because they weren't fucking ready. They didn't do the things that a lot of preppers, even preppers in the UK, have been telling them to do. Buy yourself some, external heating devices. Make sure you have a Bunsen burner, not a Bunsen burner, but a camp stove. Make sure you have a wood stove if you can have one out there. Have a backup source, a hot plate where you can cook on, right? An electric stove that you can plug into the wall if you still have power to your home. And if you don't have power to your home, get a butane propane stove and run your what you call off of that. You need backup plans, guys. The electrical stove is a little better because if you have a solar generator, you can keep that electrical stove running for weeks, if not months, just as long as you charge the power bank, right? So these are things, guys, that you have to think about. You have to think about every aspect of what is happening now and how it can affect you and how challenging it's going to be for you if something happened, if something is executed, if you lose your job, if your wife loses her job, if you guys can't pay the mortgage and you lose your home, you have to come up with a backup plan, guys, because this shit can get real next year. It's seemingly looking like it's going to get real next year. Just the way they're talking about people losing their jobs and they're going to have to cut more people next year. You have the Jerome Powell saying they're going to hike the interest rate again in December. So again, guys, shit is looking real. So do yourself a favor. Come up with a plan. Come up with a backup plan from A to Z. Make sure you got it figured out as best as you possibly can. That's pretty much what I can say about that, because 2023 is going to be a challenging year for a lot of people. But this is just geared towards preppers, because a lot of us are ready for what's coming. But we need to be super ready for what's coming, if that makes sense. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.